weekend of fights scheduled ahead of us. We'll be getting started in T minus 2 seconds. I'm going to add in our special guest right now. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, fight fans across the land. Welcome to Bet the House. We are being joined by the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. J. Pilon. What you say, Jay? How you feeling?
Doing good. How about yourself? Today is going to be a good day. It's
Oh
going to be
yes,
a good day
sir.
to fight.
It's a wonderful morning. We got a wonderful weekend of fights ahead of us. What's the deal? First and foremost, here around Boxing Club, we want to wish you a very happy belated birthday, my man.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was good. It was good.
What'd you
Just
do to
spent some time.
celebrate?
Oh, we with the family. We did some pizzas and with my wife. So we did good. We watched a movie. So it was a nice time.
Man, I thought you would have went to the bar and the strip club for your 21st birthday, but hey.
Man.
All right, so we got 4 fights on the docket this morning.
Yes.
There are a ton of cards this weekend, but we're going to cover. There's a card on Top Rank featuring Teofimo Lopez and Steve Claggett, with the undercard being Robesi Ramirez and Brandon Benitez. We're going to cover those 2 fights, and then we're going to go over to the big card on the zone, and we're going to cover the main event between Juan Francisco Estrada and Jesse Bam Rodriguez. And we'll also cover the co-main event in that fight between Sonny Edwards and Adrian Curiel. How you feel about it?
Feeling good. Which one we go? Which one we knocking out first?
All right, you the house guest. We're going to start first in the super flyweight division. Over on the zone, the main event is going to be Juan Francisco Estrada versus Jesse Bam Rodriguez. How you see that fight playing out? What bets you like? And how's it gonna go, Jay? Let us know.
All right, so I, this could be a fight of the year contender right here because these guys look so ready for this, and Bam, man, he looks really good, and I like everything he's been saying. But Estrada is super good too, and I'm sticking with Estrada to win this one via a split decision. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a knockdown in there somewhere. We might see some crazy cuts. I mean, anything could happen between these two. I'm really expecting this one to be one of those barnstorming fights that could be a fight of the year contender right here because these guys look like they're ready to get it on. Did you see at the weigh-in? At the weigh-in, the intensity that they were looking at each other with is just like, oh man, these guys are ready for action.
You could cut the tension in the air with a knife.
Right.
Jay, it right now, the money line for Juan Francisco Estrada is a plus 380. And that's just the money line. So, and I think that's a wonderful bet because I do think this is a close fight. Bam on the money line. If you're going to take Bam, you have to lay the 550, which, those are heavy odds. You'd have to put that on a parlay, which is normally my forte with betting. But this is I think it's a distance fight. The over in this fight is 10.5. So, of course, I like the over with me saying I think it's a distance fight. We know that Bam Rodriguez is the heavy favorite, but Estrada really has been on a tear lately. He has won his last 5 fights, and so has Bam Rodriguez. This is a really even fight, but I'm leaning more towards Bam on the scorecard. So we got a little. We're not seeing eye to eye on this one, but that's what makes it interesting. We'll have to come back. And I will, before we go to the next fight, I have to give props to Jay. Jay made the call 2 weeks ago on the Sabril Matias versus Lim Paro card. And Jay called a draw in that fight. And it was damn near a draw. Jay gave Sabril Matias more credit than he deserved, because he went in there and got beat by Lim Pero, which was the shock, the upset of the week. He crushed all my tickets. I should have listened to Jay and maybe took the draw, or maybe sprinkled a little bit on Lim Pero, because he was definitely game in that bout.
Appreciate
So,
it. Yeah, I was thinking that that fight would be way closer than what anyone else was seeing, even despite it being in his backyard. Because I've been waiting. Like I said, I had been waiting to see some of these upsets from these guys that've been overlooking their opponent. And this is one where Pero took the win, and Matias was looking. I mean, I don't know what happened with Matias there, but listen, I would pick the draw, but I really was thinking Pero could have taken it, so it was a good pick. So I'm glad I nailed that one.
look, they fought that Saturday night, and I was so heartbroken behind the loss. I just couldn't stomach to watch it. I didn't watch the fight till maybe that Tuesday or that Wednesday. I'll tell you what happened. Sabril Matias got caught up in the lights. The lights were too bright for him. You know, he's fighting in his hometown. They got Tito Trinidad in the audience. He had a whole damn concert on the way to the ring. He's dancing, doing all kind of shimmy yayas, and he forgot he had to get in the damn fight. You know, and he got outboxed in that fight. So you know, probably they'll have a rematch. We'll see how that plays out. So we're gonna stay on the zone and go to the co-main event between Sonny Edwards and Adrian Curiel. I'll take the lead in this one, and then we'll see what you got. Right now, Vegas has the money line for Sonny Edwards at a negative 430. You got to lay 430 to win 100. Adrian Curiel is at a plus 310. I definitely like this fight to go the distance. I don't think either one of these guys are knockout punchers. They both have a knockout ratio subpar of 25%. So I think one of the best bets for this fight is that it does not go. I mean, that it does go the distance, makes it the entire way. Or you can take the over in the rounds. Also, I actually like Sonny Edwards to win by decision, and that bet line is at a negative 240. And the bet line for it going the distance is at a negative 650. But I think Sonny Edwards will pull through and outwork Curiel late in this bout. How do you see this one playing out?
Man, I'm going the other way. Curiel just had that tear-up fight where he won, what was it, in the 6th round or whatever, with the right overhand. I like the way Curiel uses his guard. I like how he gets in close and gets down to business. He really is great looking for the openings. He's always watching for an opening, and when he sees one, he takes big advantage of it. And he might not have the KO record that you would expect, but I think he's got, is it 4 or 5? He's got 5 KOs, I believe. So and it's been his last 3 wins. 2 of those were via knockout, I believe. And his, I think what was this? Was it the 6th round, the overhand that he used? I'm going with Curiel because he's just been getting better, and he's been really taking advantage of his opponents. Like if they leave their guard up, he's going straight to the body. If they drop it just slightly, he's doing an overhand. And I don't think Edwards has been in with that type of a fighter that watches precisely for a big opening. He waits for a mistake. Curiel will follow a boxer around with the high guard and just do this movement for a while until he sees that open, and then he's gonna smash on it. And I think that will be to the disadvantage of Edwards. So I'm gonna go with I'm thinking Edwards gets dropped or gets cut in this one. I'm going decision Curiel over Edwards.
All right, we got Jay Pilon with another upset prediction. Jay, your new name on this channel is Jay Mr. I Told You So Pilon. So before we head over to the top right card, there's another fight that's really interesting betting wise on the zone. Ramla Ali is fighting. Mercado Masato. I'm not sure how you say her opponent's name, but Ramla Ali is the underdog in this fight. At a plus 225, I like to lay the money on Ramla Ali. I think she will get the upset. So I'm gonna do my best Jay Pilon impersonation right here and say that Ramla Ali will get the upset tomorrow night. That is a bonus gem for you guys watching this morning. So we're going to head over to the top ranked card and look at the main event for the WBO super lightweight title of the world. We got Teofimo Lopez versus Steve Claggett. Jay, how do you see this one playing out?
I want to tell you something. So there's this boxing simulation going on. There's a couple of them. The Undisputed is about to come out, and there's some other kind of boxing simulation I think that uses different programs and stuff like that. The simulator is picking Claggett. I just wanted to put that out there that the simulator is picking Claggett, but I think that's too unlikely. I'm gonna pick Lopez. I think it's gonna be he could get him out of there early, but if he doesn't get him out of there early, it's going the distance. So I'm going to go with the distance on this one. Teofimo.
Okay, so we agree. I like Teofimo in this fight. Right now, Teofimo is at a negative 1,200 on the money line. Steve Claggett is at a plus 710. Interested nugget and tidbit you just gave us with the simulation predicting Steve Claggett. For those who you want to go with that, that's at a plus 710 on the money line. Hey, make your money. Me personally, I kind of like Teofimo Lopez to get his first knockout in the 140-pound division. I had a chance to get a sneak peek on some of his sparring for this camp. He looked pretty sharp, but I am worried that, he might come out flat in this fight. Teofimo is a little bit lukewarm. He blows hot and cold at times. So you never know. We didn't expect him to come out flat against Sandor Martin, and nobody expect him to lose to George Furiosos Cambosos. So, but I like Teofimo 7 through 12. If I had to pick a sweet spot, I'll say 9 and 10 in the fight. I think he kind of gets Claggett out of there 9 and 10. But Teofimo does have power that we haven't seen translate to the 140-pound division as of yet. So I'm not a fan of the early knockout here. I like it late, but we both agree. I think Teofimo does get the job done in this contest. Let's see, the late KO. For the 7 through 12, you get it at a plus 135. Teofimo Lopez, just by knockout, is at a negative 150. So we both see it eye to eye. We'll go to the co-main event in this bout. And this is a very interesting bout. We got Robesi Ramirez versus Brandon Benitez. I'll start this one off. We got Robesi. Money line, you got to lay $2,500. That's steep odds. You got Brandon Benitez at a plus 1420. I think this is really Robesi's coming off a loss to Rafael Espinoza. I think this is a get back fight for Robesi. I actually lost that Robesi Espinoza fight a few months ago. So if Robesi loses this, he will be on my do not bet list. I really need him to win this bout, but I think Robesi will get the knockout here, and I like him to get the knockout in between rounds 6 and 8. This is a 10-round fight, for those of you who do not know. Jay, what's the call?
I like Ramirez. He's tall, talented, has been fighting tougher opponents despite his setback. This should be his comeback fight. Stoppage in 5.
In 5, yes, sir. So, okay. Jay Pilon is taking Robesi Ramirez. He's predicting the exact round. He's saying round number 5. Robesi stops Brandon Benitez. I'm taking 6 through 8. So as far as bet the house, what we like to do here at Bet the House, we try to find what we both agree on, and we tell everybody this is what you should bet the house on. So we agree on 2 fights. Ladies and gentlemen, we both like Teofimo Lopez. Jay says early stoppage or decision. I say late stoppage or decision. So let's go with Teofimo Lopez by knockout on one leg of the parlay. The second leg of the parlay we agree on, we'll go Robesi Ramirez in between rounds 5 and 8. So if you guys want to bet the house on anything, Jay Pilon and I agree that you should take Teofimo Lopez by knockout and Robesi Ramirez in between rounds 5 and 8. Lay the big money on it, cash out big. And that's my take on tonight's fight. Jay, any final words for everybody watching?
Man, buckle up, sit back and relax. It's gonna be a good one. These are some main events, and we haven't seen this kind of excitement for us boxing purists in a little bit. So it's gonna be super exciting, and I can't wait to see how some of these turn out because a few of them might provide us with the upset, and I always enjoy watching those upsets.
That's right. Jay, one of these good weekends, man. You have to join us for a live stream for one of these fights after we give our predictions and we can see how it goes live. Or I can join you on your channel. We'll figure it out from there. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to stay tuned. We'll actually be going live here at Rounds Boxing Club for the Juan Estrada and Bam Rodriguez fight card. We'll definitely be calling the co-main event and the main event. And we might call a few fights before, but definitely we'll be calling the co-main event and main event. So be on the lookout for our live stream post when we go live tomorrow night. Jay Pilon, as always, it was a pleasure having you. We are signing off, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your Saturday. We'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight. So, as always, here at Rounds Boxing Club, like, subscribe, protect yourself at all times. We out. Peace.